Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name is Austin. Superman, a Christopher Reeve story, is the latest documentary about Christopher Reeves. I don't watch documentaries often, or hardly ever. I was kind of interested in the Michael J. Fox one, the actor that plays Marty McFly, and his condition that he went through. But I never got around to watching it. It was thrown on straight into streaming. And that's how I kind of just treat streaming. It's like I don't really pay attention to that comes out on streaming. Even though that might be some good things that come out on streaming, I don't care about streaming. I support the theaters. And so this one was out in theaters. I was like, okay, I'll go watch it. This documentary goes through his whole entire life, and I learned so many different things about him that I didn't really know about. Him and Robin Williams were really good friends. They were almost like brothers, technically. And and then he knew Jeff Daniels as well. They had like a play with one another, and then I guess there was like some form of controversy with that, because at least at the time, because Superman kissing a man, he had to kiss him in the play. So the documentary is very informative of that. The whole vocal point of the documentary is the inspiration story that he became of when it came to his accident. The accident was where he was riding a horse, and next he got launched off the horse and landed in a spot on his neck where he was just basically paralyzed from anything shoulder down. So he couldn't feel anything, couldn't move anything. He was completely paralyzed, which I can't imagine living in that type of state. And so that is just very scary on its own. The documentary does a very good job getting you invested emotionally to the story of Christopher Reeves, and it's very inspirational. Even when after his accident, he never gave up. Like he could have easily gave up and been tormented by this tragedy, but no, he took the situation that he was in and he tried to prove that he can walk again, and which kind of pushed some people off in the wrong way. I guess there's like this commercial that he did that was somewhat like digitally added, so he took his face and digitally added it onto another person, which did not go very well to other people that were paralyzed, and they found somewhat insulting. But what he was trying to prove is like no, I'm not going to let this affect me. I'm going to keep on fighting. And so that's his whole entire inspiration, where like to not give up. And that's kind of where the documentary is starting to call him like the real life Superman, even though he doesn't have all the powers of Superman that Superman has. The only thing I had a problem with the documentary is that it could have been 10 minutes shorter. It kind of goes back to that the Superman, like the real life Superman message. Like, I understood what they were going for, but then at some point in the documentary, they kind of just somewhat started repeating themselves. And it's like, okay, it's like, I get it. Can we move on, like move forward? Because I was very invested into the story. So in any form of backpedaling, I'm like, I already know this. We don't need to focus on this. Let's go. This documentary really shows the rise of Christopher Reeves, but also the fall of him. And I'm not just talking about the accident. It does dive into his career a lot too, and him dealing with becoming this icon and being represented to just being Superman, when he really wants to also spread his wings in the acting career. I don't know much about his other projects that he did, but he was very well known for Superman, and he kind of wanted to get away from that because he didn't really want to do Superman 3, which wasn't very good, or Superman 4, which was just also awful. So I could understand why he wanted to get away from those. But he was so tied to that character and to the face of Superman that he kind of almost somewhat hated being some form of a symbol, but also becoming a symbol, because he also became a very inspirational person after the accident, and still to this day after his passing, especially with the help of his second wife, who helped build this fundraiser to inspire other people and also help get these other people in need with disabilities, the help that they need. I'm going to give Superman, a Christopher Reeve story, an A-. I had a really good time with this movie. Very emotional, very inspiring, and it's very different normally from what I watch and talk about on this channel. It's a good break from watching a lot of terrible movies, because there's just been a lot of terrible movies lately. So I highly recommend you guys checking this out when it comes out on either HBO Max. I'm assuming that's where it's going to go since it's DC, or if you have the time and it's in theaters near where you are, because I'm pretty sure it's only in limited theaters, go check it out. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.